Hi everyone, it's Maura from Trifecta and a little bit extra. And today I am super excited because I get to introduce you to Lisa Palombo. And if you don't know Lisa, Lisa is a renowned artist. She's known for her beautiful colors and brushstrokes, as you could see behind you with curling. But Lisa also has lots of accolades, including being the official artist of Secretariat's 50th birthday. And then also, she was chosen to be the official artist of last year's Belmont, celebrating his 50th anniversary of the Triple Crown win. So, welcome, Lisa, and thank you for joining me today.
It's my pleasure, Maura.
Well, I know you paint more than just horses, but of course, with my channel, I'm going to focus in on the horses.
Okay.
What
That's
inspired you? What inspired you to start painting horses?
I love color. I love a lot of movement in painting. I like a challenge. So, I guess it was all the energy of horse racing and the beautiful grace of the horses, that attracted me.
Mhm.
And, I finally figured out how I could do it. And, So, yeah, and Saratoga's a wonderful town that I like to frequent and in the summer, and it just kind of stuck. So I,
Well, you do it
yeah.
really well. Like
Oh, thank you.
you really capture like the majesty of the horses and the personalities of each of the horses.
Oh,
And speaking of that and your connection with Secretariat, when you were chosen to be like the official artist for his 50th celebrations, what
mhm.
was the one characteristic you really wanted to make sure that you captured in your paintings?
Well, that's really tricky because he has this je ne sais quoi quality that everybody loves. Like I call him the movie star
Yeah,
because
it is.
he's just so or was. I talk about him in the present because I've done so many paintings of him and but he just has this which could made or helped me continue the series because after each painting, I was just like, I want to do it better. Let me
Yeah,
do another one.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
that
they're
that's his quality in
if you
me.
haven't seen them, they're completely amazing. I mean, they really capture just how unbelievable he was as a horse, but he also connected with people, and
Yeah.
you really bring that out in your paintings.
Yeah, he there was an intelligence
Yes.
behind those eyes, so that's what, everybody talked about who saw him in real life and so I just, try to get that quality,
Yep.
it's kind of hard to explain, but it's a feeling.
It's a feeling. It definitely is. When you see your paintings, you just get wrapped up in each of the horses. With Secretariat, you began a trio with two other artists.
Mm-hmm.
You created brushes and bronze. The other artists are Jamie Coram, and she painted the beautiful mural that's in, I think it's Paris, Kentucky. And
Yes.
also Jocelyn Russell, who did the amazing bronze that's been traveling all over the US celebrating Secretariat. What
Yes.
brought you three together? What are your objectives with brushes and bronze? Tell me a little bit more about it.
Well, during the 50th was last year was a big year. There was a lot of celebrations, a lot of
Yeah.
events, and a lot of um, uh, festivals. So we got to meet finally. I knew of them. At social following the whole Secretariat tour and everything, and everybody was so busy. But we finally got to meet in Saratoga because the National Racing Museum had a very special Secretariat show. So each of us had a piece in
Mhm.
that exhibition. And for the opening reception, we all happened to be there at the same time, and it was like, "Oh, I follow you. Oh, I love you. Oh, I think you're so great. Oh, I love what you're doing." So there
That's
was
amazing.
this camaraderie, and then when that year was over, we're like, "Oh, my friends, let's still keep in touch. Let's still do something together." And so we're like, "Oh, it'd be so cool to have a little artist collective," and
Yeah.
so we called it Brushes and Bronze, and so we're still working on that. And we had our premiere exhibition during the Derby this year at the Louisville Thoroughbred Society, and that was super fun. And so there are other things coming, but nothing's really announced yet.
Will you be focusing on Secretariat or maybe expanding to other?
Yeah, it could be expanding, and it definitely will be. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. And so speaking of that, you've painted much more than just Secretariat. Behind you, we talked about is Curlin. I
Yeah.
found you in 2018. I was strolling through Saratoga for the first time and stumbled upon Spa Fine Art and saw this amazing painting of Justify. And I love Justify. Justify is behind me along with Secretariat.
Ah,
I'm a huge Justify fan, and that
yeah.
just like captured me. So you've done Justify, you've recently done Arcangelo.
Yeah.
What is your process for researching the horses, getting to know them, and really bringing them to life?
Oh, well, you're absolutely correct. There is a lot that goes into it before I even touch a brush to a canvas. It's
Yeah,
like I research on the web. I love to look at YouTube videos
yeah,
of
yeah,
of of that particular horse, the races, Secretariat. There was so much. I would listen to all kinds of audio books about him and about the time and the races. and
yeah,
and as I painted, I listening to all those wonderful books and Bill Knack, and just this whatever I could get my hands on. I like to like get into it,
yeah,
and know my subject, and feel like I'm like knowing, not just what they look like, but what they mean to people. And so just it's just super fun to just kind of dive into a project like that.
yeah. Most of the fans I know, they have like that one horse that they fell
Yeah.
in love with and that brought them into the sport. And just trying to capture that, I can only imagine how difficult that is because they all have that, like, special quality about
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
And definitely a connection to people. It's really special.
it is, and that's what makes horse racing special for us fans. We
Yeah.
definitely feel the connection with the
Yeah.
what has there been one that's your particular favorite? I mean, I know we're not supposed to pick favorite kids.
I think it has to be Secretariat because
Yeah,
I've worked on him for so long. Like, let's see, I started in 2020, and so 4 years of that. I guess if I had to pick one, yeah, it would
yeah.
be him. Yeah.
I try to bring a lot about women and the
Mm.
women behind the sport on my channel. So I would love to know, you're this very successful woman artist. Was there a woman in your life that really inspired you, and what did she teach you?
Ooh, let me see. I wrote some notes about this. Let me see. Oh, I wrote well, my aunt Sheila, when I was little, she was just like my proxy mom in sort of way, like that fun aunt. You go to her house, and you make cookies and you dance, and she was just like she was a school teacher, so for first grade. And so she would make like everything fun, and she really encouraged me to find something that I was, I loved and that I was good
Yeah.
at, you
Yeah.
know? So it all kind of started when I was 9, and she encouraged me to do art classes in the summer. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, she was just that fun aunt, and she just inspired me to just go for it, you know?
Inspired your passion.
Yeah, work hard and just go for it, and just do it.
That's great.
That's kinda
That's
it.
great. So you began your being an artist at age 9. If you had to go back and give your 9-year-old self a piece of advice, what advice would you give yourself?
Wow, that is so tricky because, I don't think I knew what I was doing at 9.
I
I
know.
was just kinda uh, not to worry so much, what other people thought of what I was doing, and, just kinda, I hate this expression, but have fun with it,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
when you're a kid, um you should have fun with it. It shouldn't
Yeah.
be a job, and it shouldn't, you shouldn't judge yourself so harshly, and just
Yep.
kind of stay under the radar, and just work on your craft,
Yeah.
because like you just need to put the hours in no matter what you do. And
Mhm.
so
Well, no, that's great because I think, a lot of us get caught up in what's expected versus
mm,
what our true passions are. And
yeah,
and I've realized as I've gone through life and gotten older and wiser, it's really about following your passion and being good to yourself.
yeah, that's true.
And then the one other question I would love is fill in the blank. When somebody sees one of your paintings for the first time, I want them to feel.
I don't know. I don't know how, I don't know what word this is,
Yeah.
but I just, experienced this, and it was really fun. So I was watching this young couple look at what I'm let me get back, like I'm working my way to that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
I was watching this young couple look at my Arcangelo painting, and they didn't know who I was, and they were, so it was really cool. So they were like, so excited about it, and they wanted to take it home, and they had the perfect spot for it, and they were just kind of really, happy, or they were just like excited, and
Right.
they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this would be so cool," kind of thing. And so I don't know what that word is, but
Yeah.
and then they looked at me and they
They
said,
connected. They
"Yeah."
connected with it.
They
Yeah.
connected with it, and they weren't trying to impress me or be nice because they knew who I was,
Yeah.
so it was super
Yeah.
genuine,
Right.
and,
Right.
they just wanted to take it home. So funny, but I was just like, "Oh, this is so cool," and then
Yeah.
and then they finally asked me, like, oops. They said, "Do you know how we could get any more information about this painting?"
And you're
Like,
like, "Wait, I may know somebody."
I may know somebody, yeah.
No,
But
I will tell you when I saw the Justified painting, so that was my first one that I saw of yours, I was just mesmerized. Just the colors, and then when you get up close and you see the brush strokes and the texture, it was just amazing. I was just mesmerized. Yeah.
that's the fun part for me, because I paint standing up, and I move, I have to get close enough to paint, and then I stand back. And
Yeah.
so that's really my challenge, is to make it, loose and abstract close up, but somehow come together when you pull away,
Yeah.
and then use unexpected colors, but you accept it as a nose or an ear, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really fun. And so, like I said, I like to challenge myself.
Yeah. Well, the Secretariat one you have that's gold,
Yeah.
that's striking. That is a striking painting. Yeah.
That was fun because that was his golden anniversary. So I used that year to incorporate, gold leaf within the painting, and then I would paint on top of it or put the gold, gold in it. So it was a mixed media kind
Yeah,
of piece in a way, and it just marked that special year in my
yeah.
collect as a collection.
So I know many of you can't see the beautiful scarf I'm wearing, but this is
Oh.
Lisa's Secretariat. So, and it was
Oh.
transformed into a silk scarf. So I had to get it last year around Christmas time. It was my present to myself.
Aw,
I love it. I cherish
that's
it. I love
nice.
it. And
I don't think they're sold out, so you got a collector's piece now.
I do. Where else can people find you?
Um, right now, they can see me online on my website or Spa Fine Art, and they could also Google brushes and bronze and
And
just
and
just
your
that way.
website is www.lisapalumbo.com?
That's right.
Great, great.
That's
Well,
right.
thank you, Lisa. It's been such a pleasure talking to you today. Like I said, I've admired you since 2018, so this was a big joy from you just to be
Aw,
able to speak to you.
I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
Super fun. Thank you, Maura.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.